As the famous Mr. Forrest Gump once said,
"Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get."
Of course, Mr. Gump wasn't the smartest man, so he can be forgiven for chatting complete bollocks. Presuming that it made sense in the first place, because, let's be real, who doesn't know what chocolate's in what box? That's what the little card's for, you fucking imbecile. Anyway, presuming that made sense, life isn't really a box of chocolates. You tend to know what you're gonna get. Maybe not you personally, but you can plot out the average person's life fairly easily. They're born, go through the standard education system, make friends, enemies, relationships, they argue, they love, they get a job, or 2, or 3, or 26, or whatever the average is now. They meet someone, it probably goes to shit, they meet someone a bit later, get married, start a family, and then go on cruise control until they die. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the average person's life. You may think your life's a lot more complex than that, but it's really not. Everyone goes through their own issues and events, but they rarely tend to have a lasting impact on the overall overview of their life. Now this is pretty fucking shit. It's very shit for me because I'm currently following this exact formula even though I'm kind of criticizing it right now. And the worst thing is, I don't know how to break out of it, or even if it's such a bad thing at all. It being the fact that I'm part of the trend that is getting on with life, even though billions of people are all doing it. Does society limit what we perceive to be possible? Are our dreams as a child actually obtainable, but our elders, who have also lived in the same cycle of creative oppression as their parents before them did, just telling us that because that's what they perceive as the norm? What's wrong with breaking the norm? Why are we so intent on living satisfactory lives instead of pursuing our dreams? Sure, we get guaranteed comfort, but you'll end up 6 feet deep like everyone else. So if this is the case, and there is no afterlife, then what is the point of it all? Why do people work so hard to achieve their dreams if it means nothing to them in the long run? I think, keyword being think, that it all comes down to legacy. What are you leaving behind? What will people remember you by? What will you contribute to the future of civilization? Because without legacy, we may as well be mayflies. Mayflies live for 24 hours and then they die. Obviously, we'll live for longer than that, hopefully. But just as 24 hours is nothing for us, 100 years, if you eat your greens and do your squats, is nothing for the timeline of the human species. I mean, that's if we stop fucking the planet up. Personally, anything I can do to increase the length of that speck I take up on the human species timeline, the better. What sucks is that, as Mr. Gump also said,
"I'm not a smart man."
So I can't make scientific breakthroughs. What I can do, however, is make subpar YouTube videos slagging everyone off and pretend I'm entertaining someone. So as I look over the not-so-beautiful city of Nottingham, I realise that being a first-year film student is as close to all the time in the world as I'm going to get. So I'm going to commit to this. So if you want to join me in increasing the length of my spec on the timeline, then feel free to sub, and stick around for more of this sort of content, whatever this sort of content might be. Maybe I'll look back on today as the turning point in my life, where I decided to rebel against the norm and take the path less travelled. Or maybe I'll look back and realise that I did do what I set out to achieve. I didn't follow the average path, because that included getting a relationship and I've not gotten anywhere near.